huge win.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Just defensively, you guys look really good. How do you feel about the way you played?
I feel like as a defense, we played a pretty good game, but I mean, as always, there was a lot of stuff we could clean up, and so we came in this week focusing on what we need to get better at, and just trying to prepare to go 1-0 for another week.
What would you think about Harold's impact? Obviously, he looked like he was running 100 miles an hour out there.
Yeah, he was being disruptive, doing everything that we know he can do, and he had a real good game, and I'm glad to see him back out there flying around.
And this 1-0 mantra, maybe I thought it was all about the season opener because you hadn't won one in a while, but now Louisiana Tech, that's the only one up, and so it's a week-to-week thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's always been. I know a lot of people outside of the building kind of thought it was like, all right, we just want to win the first game, but for us, it's 1-0 every week, so we had our 24 hours to celebrate the win, but now it's on to the next opponent.
Talk about a little bit about the communication of what it's taken for Blake Baker's kind of defense to kind of formulate here, be able to hold a top 5 opponent to only 10 points, not easy. How does that kind of mentality of being able to communicate with the guys around you, especially your brother, to be able to hold those guys like that, especially a talented offense?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about communication, especially being in the middle. So I got to talk to the D-line every play. I got to talk to the secondary. So it's obviously a big deal for me, and kind of being on the same page with Coach Baker, getting in extra, doing a lot of extra stuff with him, and getting on the same page, that helps a lot with the communication with the defense.
Wes, you mentioned that you were cleaning up a few things on defense with such a shutout second half in that Clemson game. What is it that you all are cleaning up on defense?
For us, it's just playing up to our standard. Like, honestly, we've played good, but we know that we can reach. We know we can reach a whole nother level, and it's a bunch of little stuff like eye discipline, all that type of stuff. So just getting those little things right is what we've been focusing hard on this week.
And what have you seen from Louisiana Tech on film?
They're a good team, and we know it's a nameless, faceless opponent every single week. So if we're going out and playing the #1 team in the country or going out and playing whoever, it doesn't matter to us. It's a 1-0 mindset, so we know we got to go out there and do what we do every week.
Playing upon that a little bit, Coach Kelly talked about yesterday with the media about wanting to keep that intensity. They saw LSU last year play Nicholls State in a similar situation, a little bit slow. How do you keep that intensity where you have that mantra of wanting to go 1-0 every week before you get into conference play?
Yeah, for us, for a defensive standpoint, I know that Nicholls game last year was not too fun for us. I mean, I think we gave up like 200 yards rushing or something like that. So we've been watching a little bit of that film just to kind of get that fire going for us and not let that happen again to us this year.
Mansoor, Delane, and his impact in the secondary. What does he bring to this team and the play?
Yeah, I mean, he's a straight baller, and when you have a dude like that that can just lock somebody up on the outside, that allows us to do a lot more on the inside when we're blitzing. We're doing all different types of stuff with the fronts. So he really allows us to have a lot more freedom just because of how much of a blanket he was.
The interception, was that a case of kind of the whole defense working together? Because it looked like Patrick Payton got in his face and forced the throw early.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of the defense we play. It's complementary defense, and it starts up front. When dudes are getting pressure and corners are going to be making plays, and when the corners are locking down stuff, we're going to be able to get after the quarterback.
When you guys got put on the field there at the end, and there at your 23-yard line, and had a long losing season openers,
yeah,
it could have been, hey, here we go again. But you guys were confident, hey, we're going to shut this thing down.
Oh yeah, and I think when we had 11 dudes run out there, we all knew what we were going to do. We said before, we do this every week in practice, so it's just the same thing as every week leading up to it, and we just know we had to go out there and execute, and we got it done.
2 more questions? Anybody?
Talk a little bit about Harold, about his ability to fly around. Similar to that, the play that kind of ended the game.
Yeah.
His ability to fly free like that, something that we've seen past years, and it kind of seems like he's settling in there at Star.
Yeah, I think he's doing a great job with it, and he's really stepping up and being more of a vocal leader. That was a big thing for him. I know this offseason he's out there talking. He has all the confidence in the world, and we got all the confidence in the world in him.
Last one?
Yeah, and the NIL opportunities. I see you and your brother are doing an energy drink now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cool to kind of team up with him on those things also?
Yeah, it is pretty cool in this new era of college football. But we know at the end of the day that the main goal is to win on Saturday. So it's fun to do all that, but still at the end of the day, we know what we got to do.
Got game one under your belt now. How does it feel to kind of come into this LSU program and make an immediate impact defensively?
It's good. I feel like I prepared for this moment, so I feel like this moment wasn't really too big. I just been doing what I've been practicing, and feel like it came naturally.
The interception, was that kind of a case of the defense working together? Looks like Patrick got in his face, right? And forced the throw.
For sure. Now that I go back and look on the film, the whole game, just the pressure up front, really got to give those boys credit up front. They make my job a lot easier, so credit to that front the whole game.
How would you describe the way you play? People look at you and they feel like, okay, this guy looks like the way LSU used to look in the secondary.
Yeah. I feel like there's always room for improvement. I feel like you just got to do your 111. And I feel like that's what I try to focus on every play is just doing my job, not trying to play to be seen, but let the game to come to me. And I feel like doing that, it helps a lot.
How would you describe how quickly Harold Perkins gets from point A to point B, like on the final play?
I think he like a little pit bull. That's what I kind of describe him as. Just like, man, he's just hunting all day. And, people think he may have lost his step from last year, whatever it is, but obviously you see from this first game, he's right back on track.
You got the game ball after the game, but you turn the attention on, the national championship. That's the goal. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it was just a step, and the main goal. And I feel like you can't really get caught up into, just one victory like that because, it's a great win for the program, but that's not the goal that, we're out here aspiring for. Because if you're aspiring to win at Clemson, then you're going to come in today complacent, and you're not looking to get better or whatnot. So if your goal is to win a championship, you're always going to have that mindset to keep going, keep pushing yourself to be better. And like I said, this week we on LA Tech, so Clemson in the past, and we're ready to keep on the road to national championship.
How would you describe the chemistry in the secondary, and what are you seeing from Louisiana Tech on the field?
I see, they do a couple unordinary things, but just, try to play with our eyes. We have to be disciplined. But like I said, chemistry in the back end, I think is real good because, we meet without the coaches. We don't even have to, obviously, meet the coaches too, but when we have our free time, we text each other, see when everyone's free. We sit down, grab some food, and you just go over film. What do you see? What do I see? And the game is easy at that point.
You were honored as the National Player of the Week. What does that kind of do for your confidence moving into the rest of the season, especially with your performance that you were able to do against the top 5 opponent?
I feel like it's cool. I think, credit to my coaches, credit to my teammates for putting, credit to God putting me in that position. But I just think it speaks volume in preparation. When the time came, your number's going to be called, and, you have to show up. So it just speaks volume to everything I put in, the off season, and I'm just glad I could display it, on such a big stage.
Josh Thompson was talking about joining this team in the offseason, and he could feel momentum, and you'd see the guys that were joining the roster. Was it similar for you?
For sure. I think I seen it when I was in the portal. I'm seeing commitment after commitment. I'm like, oh, this looks like a good little spot for me. And then obviously knowing what was already coming back with Nussmeier and Perk and, kind of knowing these wit and just these different pieces coming together, I'm like, it just makes no sense for me not to come here. So, and then when I got here, everything lived up to it. The mindset, it's a championship team, and I want to be part of it.
What did you see out of Pickett? I mean, it's his first game as a college player, but he goes out there and he makes a couple plays, right?
Again, I just see, composure. Moment wasn't too big for him. Coming in there, And a lot of freshmen can't do that. A lot of coaches don't trust freshmen to go out there in big games like that. But, again, that just speaks to DJ, how he carries himself, things he does off the field. He doesn't act like a freshman. Sometimes I forget he is a freshman. So, really just proud of that guy and look to see a lot more from him this season.
What role did you see Corey Raymond and the way he coaches the secondary and then guys like Stingley in the NFL sign those kind of contracts? I mean, what role did that play in you coming here?
It definitely played a role, just looking to become, next on that line, and learning from Coach Raymond. He helped me with a lot, just the basics, not even nothing crazy, no secret sauce, just getting back to my basics, my fundamentals, and playing the game the right way. And clearly he's done that for many others, so it's paying dividends.